It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Datila with 3 Inches of Wrestling, meaning that it's Wrestling Time Post Show. And for tonight, I'll be reviewing Impact Wrestling. Alright, let's get things started. So, Impact opened up with Josh Alexander in a furious state. I mean, can you blame him? His wife got speared by Moose at a Destiny show this past weekend. So, I would be upset too if I were him. Shit. So, he basically shoved Scott D'Amore into a gate, and basically Scott tries to calm him down by saying that he sent Moose home, and he's recommending that Moose get stripped of the title and get fired. But Josh Alexander says that he wants to be the one to take the title off of Moose. So I cannot stress this enough. Their match at Rebellion cannot be a regular one-on-one match. This has to be a no-hose bars or a no DQ match. Otherwise, Josh's emotions are probably going to get the better of him. He's going to end up costing himself the match. So, alrighty. So then we got Jonathan Gresham versus Kenny King. And before the match starts, Jonathan Gresham starts off with the promo. He says, why did he come to Impact? He says he came to Impact to show people the true essence of Ring of Honor, the true essence of professional wrestling. He said, then No Honor No More came along. He said guys like Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Eddie Edwards, including himself, all helped build the foundation of Ring of Honor. He said they're honorable men, respectable men. And he said, but at Rebellion, it's going to be him versus Eddie Edwards. I cannot wait for that match. Seriously, I cannot wait for it. Then Kenny King comes out and he says he's disgusted by Jonathan Gresham. He says that on one hand, he looks at him and sees one of the greatest technical wrestlers of the generation. But then on the other hand, he sees a chump, a stooge, a puppet for Ring of Honor who's just using him and his talents to bring prestige to the company. And that he should be standing next to Honor No More. All arms, no brains, and no balls. He says, no wonder they call him the octopus. I was like, oh my God, when they told him that. He says that he knows that he's mad at Eddie Edwards and that every member of Honor No More voted to take him out, and that he's not interested in pure rules. And hell, he doesn't even want that worthless piece of metal from a dead company. So he's not interested in the Ring of Honor World title. And I actually really like that part because, as we all know, Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor. So it's interesting. So the fact that he said that, a worthless piece of metal from a dead company, I really like that line. I really, really liked it. So then the match kicked off. Awesome match. My favorite spot in this match is when Kenny King did Tranquilo in the middle of the ring after Jonathan Gresham failed to hit him with the crossbody. But in the end, it didn't matter because Jonathan Gresham was victorious in this match. And then Eddie Edwards came out and attacked him from behind. Kenny King held him down so that Eddie Edwards can finish him. And hell, he didn't even bother for the title. Like, he basically threw that thing to the side and then Rocky Romero came out for the stage. So, very great start to Impact Wrestling. Then we get a backstage segment with the Motor City Machine Guns, and Alex Shelley says that there was no controversy. If you guys recall, Jay White came this close to saving the match, and yet it looked like he broke up the pin, but the referee's decision was final. So, hence why we're getting a rematch tonight. And he goes on to say that Jamie, referring to Jay White, of all people, should know that should know what the Motor City Machine Guns bring to the table. And then Chris Sabin saying that he might turn Super Saiyan and go kama to Jay White and send him back to Japan. And they're going to prove why the Motor City Machine Guns are the best tag team. So then we get a backstage segment, this time with the champ Deonna Purrazzo, who says that when you mess with the bull, you get the horn. I think Jay White did save it. Yeah, I think so too, but the referee's decision is final, so that's why they got the victory. So she basically says that the champ keeps growing and pushing boundaries and Impact, and she says she is the multiverse because there's tons of people in Dallas and plenty of options for opponents, and that champ is here Really liked it. I really liked her at that promo. Because Deonna Purrazzo is so awesome. And I wonder who her opponent at the multiverse of matches is going to be. I'm very curious to see who answers that challenge. So next we had that Chump challenge, which is inspired by Deonna Purrazzo's champ challenge. It was the Swingman Johnny Swinger and Zicky Dice versus, we didn't know who they were gonna face. So Johnny Swinger at the beginning was like, Dice Daddy is a good kid. And that if he listens to him, he'll end up with like Adrian Adonis, I believe he said. And he says he wanted to know which two ham and eggers were going to get their heads kicked in. Johnny Zinger is so hilarious. He doesn't get enough credit for being funny. And who answers the call? It's the Good Brothers. So this match was all Good Brothers. I mean, Zicky Dice got dominated. I mean, Johnny Swinger didn't even get a chance to compete because poor Zicky Dice over here was getting beat up. And of course, they hit a magic killer and they end up being victorious. They go to the back and they cut a promo saying that they answered the challenge because they like to beat people up and that Honor No More screw them. And they better pray that they're last in that tag team elimination thing. And that the Briscoes will find out how many bullets are in the Bullet Club. And then, for some weird reason, we hear PCO screaming like a madman going after Jonah. Then it cuts to Jonah attacking him from behind and sending him crashing to some Jones. My God, PCO is not human. I don't know how this guy can stand after everything Jonah has done to him. I mean, he hit him with the freaking sledgehammer on top of like a cardboard, it was like a piece of wood or something. And yet, homeboy stood up right after. So PCO is not human. I cannot wait for another match between the two of them, especially at multiverse at matches. It's going to be Josh Alexander and Jonah versus PCO and Impact World Champion Moose. That should be an interesting match. I wonder how those guys are going to coexist. Then we get Madman Fulton versus Josh Alexander. Like Joe Shipley says here, poor Madman Fulton's ankle. Yeah, exactly. Josh Alexander was mad. He dominated Madman Fulton, basically threw him around. I don't want to say like a rag doll, but he threw him around, put him in the ankle lock, and that was it. Josh Alexander won by submission here. Ace Austin acted like he was going to help, but instead just stood there and pretty much let Josh Alexander put Madman Fulton in an ankle lock. And yeah, he pretty much abandoned him. And that, I don't know, that probably tells me Ace Austin, Madman Fulton is probably going to turn on Ace Austin. Unless Ace Austin convinces him that he was just trying to watch out for himself, but we'll see. Then we get a segment backstage with Speedball Mike Bailey and Trey Miguel. Miguel asking Mike Bailey, telling him actually that he had an impressive victory, and then questions him about his friendship with Ace Austin. Speedball says that Ace Austin is Ace Austin. And Trey Miguel tells him that he's correct. Ace Austin is Ace Austin, and that if Speedball Mike Bailey stood there and watched that Ace Austin didn't help him, what makes Speedball Mike Bailey think that Ace Austin is going to help him? And then Speedball Mike Bailey says that he tells him always expects the unexpected. So I'm still curious to see where the alliance between Speedball and Ace Austin goes. Then we get a backstage segment with Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green, or as Mickey James called them, the Mid Cardonas. Well, actually, Moose started that by calling Matt Cardona nothing more than a mid Carder and calling him Mid Cardona. So, but Mickey James followed up by calling them the Mid Cardonas. Matt Cardona gets offended that he's not asked about historic ring, as he's been defending the Digital Media Championship everywhere he goes. And then he goes and gets Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green basically says she's not the little sister who needs saving. And instead of giving her a shot at the championship that she deserved, she didn't get one. And now she can't have one because Mickey James is not champion. And then Matt Cardona says that they're going to prove why they are indeed the power couple of wrestling. So I'm actually pretty excited for that mixed tag match. Are the mid Cardonas going to defeat the Aldis? What do you guys think? I don't think so. Then we get a Knockouts #1 Contenders Battle Royal. All right. So with this, so much happened in this match. But some key points that you need to know is that for some odd reason, Jordynne Grace and Savannah Evans formed an alliance during this and went after Havoc. And as they were going after Havoc, everybody joined in to eliminate Havoc. Then another thing that you need to know is that Tenille Dashwood and Jessie McKay of the Inspiration went outside, went to the top of the ring apron. She ended up eliminating Tenille. They threw Madison Rain, then got eliminated, and I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Madison. Threw Jessie McKay. Caleb with the K caught her, which prevented her from being eliminated, and threw her back in there. But ultimately, she was eliminated by Savannah Evans. And then another thing that you need to know is that there was back and forth stops between Savannah Evans and Jordynne Grace, and then Savannah Evans eliminated Jordynne Grace. And then Giselle Shaw, Lady Frost, and Rosemary all eliminated Savannah Evans. And then at the end, Rosemary, saving herself while Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost eliminated themselves. And Rosemary is victorious. So at Rebellion, we're going to have Rosemary versus Tasha Steels. I'm pretty excited about that. I like Rosemary, but I don't think she's going to win. Tasha Steels is still pretty new in her reign. So then we get a promo by Violent by Design. It basically said that the Good Brothers experienced a symphony of violence. They took power and control and everything from the Good Brothers. Basically, everything belongs to them. The gist of this is that since Dina Erdosu Torres and BTI, Joe Shipley saying, I'm excited about that one too, yeah. Who is it? He says that they're going to take back power and control, and the world does not belong to people, it belongs to them. I'm not really digging Violent by Design. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just tired of them. Like, I really am. They were heavily featured in the tag team division. Again, it's not their fault. It's just a lack of tag teams in Impact Wrestling. And then we had the debuting Aiden Prince versus Bhupinder Gunhar. And I have to say, Bhupinder Gunhar is on a roll here. Aiden Prince, on the other hand, really didn't impress me tonight. I feel like there was nothing about his debut that wowed me. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel, but me personally, he did not wow me. Steve Macklin wowed me. Bhupinder Gunhar wowed me. Masha Slamovich wowed me. Even Lady Frost. All of them wowed me in their impressive debut. And Speedball Mikey Bailey, too. All of them wowed me, but just Aiden Prince's debut just didn't impress me. I don't know what it was. That's just me, though. You guys can feel free to disagree with me. Were you guys impressed by Aiden Prince? Or no? Yeah, let me know in the comment section or in the chat. Well, if you're watching this on a replay, let me know in the comment section. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to see more of him. But, of course, Bhupinder Gunhar wins this with the corner spear to Prince. And Brian Mayers was on commentary. So, as always, as he's leaving, W. Morrissey comes out, goes after the attack. Morrissey tries to counter, but he gets sent into the ring post. Morrissey goes for the BQE, but Mayers grabs Prince's foot. Prince shoves Morrissey, and then he gets hit with the BQE through a table. Serves him right for getting involved. Then we get Masha Slamovich versus Abby Jane. Local talents is the same as every Masha Slamovich match that I've been every week. The only difference is Masha turned her back on Abby Jane, and Abby Jane attacked her, but still it wasn't enough. Masha thought, do I need to really go into details as to what happened? If you guys have been watching my reviews or been watching Impact, you know what happens. But either way, I'm gonna just let you guys know Masha Slamovich won this. She's on a dominant run. I like Masha. She impressed me, like I said, in her debut. But slowly but surely, we gotta move out of this whole jobber of the week type of thing. She needs an opponent because she can't be doing this forever. So I'm hoping that after Rebellion, we move out of this. Brian Myers is perfect for commentary, though. Yeah, he is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying it's just funny that every time he leaves commentary, He always gets attacked by W. Morrissey. Then we get the rematch of the Bullet Club Bay versus, and in the form of Jay White and Chris Bay versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Okay, so this match was incredible. Actually, I like this match a lot better than I did last week's. Not saying that last week's wasn't any good. It's just that it was riddled with controversy. So, well, actually, not last week's. The week prior, I should say. But it was just riddled with controversy. So, some key points here that we need to talk about. Of course, there was distractions involved. Jay White distracting the referee while Chris Baby was beating up Sabin. I really like that Motor City stretch to Bay by Alex Shelley. I like that Jay White tried to break it up, but Shelley refused to go. He refused to let go until White went for his eyes, and that's how he let go. Jay White grabbing Alex Shelley's hair. And then Chris Bay kicking out of the Thunder Express. Jay White at one point protected Chris Bay. I like that Jay White got mad at the referee. He got in his face. Sabin had Chris Bay pinned, but thanks to Jay White's distraction, it didn't count. But I really, really liked that that when Chris Bay leaped into that cutter. That was pretty cool, if you ask me. So then, in the end, Chris Bay was caught midair by Chris Sabin. Chris Bay was caught midair by Chris Sabin. Chris Bay and Chris Sabin. And then he got hit with a half and half suplex. He hit Chris Sabin with the half and half suplex. Jay White prevented Alex Shelley from getting involved. Hence, the Bullet Club was victorious and Impact ended on a high note. So I actually dug tonight's episode. I thought it was a really great episode. But again, the one thing I kind of disliked was nothing against Masha Slamovich. Like I said, we just have to move on from the Jobber of the Week thing. She needs to be placed in a feud, if you ask me. Against who? At this moment, I do not know. But she needs a feud eventually outside of the Jobbers. But overall, great episode as we build towards Rebellion. For that, I do have to knock a couple points down. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. You guys, what would you guys rate tonight's Impact? Let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, I got nothing more to say. Thank you guys all so much for watching this review and for your continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you guys get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after Impact. I'll see you guys tomorrow after Rampage. Peace out, you guys.